This is the future. This is the future. There is no better future than this land, these people, all the men, 250 plus men and women in this community, growing Nigeria from within. This is land and a people that can ensure that Nigeria becomes food sufficient, that can ensure that we stop depending on foreign exchange to buy food, that can ensure that we must begin to pay salaries. This is not crude oil. This is not where you are going to spend billions to begin to drill, and in most cases you are not successful. This is where you spend very little to grow a future that is viable, an economy that is sustainable, an economy that is driven by people and land, which is the only technology that Nigeria has. This is a future that is wonderfully crafted. Look at nature. These green fields, hundreds of hectares of maize dedicated to farming and feeding Nigeria. Every Nigerian must occupy the farms to make sure that we are a great nation again. Make Nigeria great again.
People wonder if there's anything going on the farms, especially the city-based analysts who tell you that nothing is happening in agri. A lot is.
Right in front of you here is the future of the Nigerian state. Right in front of you here is unemployment. Is the problem of unemployment solved? Is the problem of foreign exchange solved? Is the problem of development from the rural areas solved? Right in front of you is food security problem solved. This is not in China. This is not in Canada. This is not in Chile. This is in Gati, in Nasarawa state. We have one of the biggest maize farms in Nigeria. This is the fruit of Nigerians from all over the world deciding that the future that we seek in California is right here in Nigeria.
In fact, we are work so much here. We like the way that we're working. And then we need help from federal government. Yes. So we have been so far, and then we are all Nigeria. Let the federal government consider us. I know that we are all Nigeria. There is not any country that's between us here. So we need help from federal government to help us open company. Most of we there here, we graduate from secondary school to high level. There is no job. Especially I am speaking, I'm a driver, but there is no job. So I can't stay at home. I can't thief. So I have to come and do what I can survive myself. So it is, what we need with federal government is help. Let them open many companies and employ people. From there, the population suffering poverty will reduce.
Meanwhile, we have a powerful young generation ready to work, looking for what to do. Our own children and grandchildren, angry with all of us, because we haven't provided something for them to do, even after leaving school. That is the biggest threat to this country's survival.
The key component of the project itself is that Nigerians can own land wherever they are. So the land can be in Nasarawa just as we are now in Gati. It can be in Adamawa just as we also have in Adamawa State. It can also be in rivers. It can be in Oyo. It can be anywhere. So you can be a Nigerian in Australia and own a farmland in Nasarawa. You can be a Nigerian in UK and have a farmland in Ibadan. Whether you are Hausa, Yoruba or Igbo, it was none of our business. And so we created what we in the management call cooperative on steroid, where we are not limited by the traditional cooperative problems in Nigeria, where they will tell you create a cluster of 20 people. No. We are creating a cluster of Nigerians from across the world.
My name is Gwada Solomon. They used to cut the corn. We used to gather the corn into one place. And in fact, we thank God as this opportunity that come to us. We enjoy everything. Everything come easy with us. This work, in fact, it helps us to do everything easy. We used to have food and everything in this farm.
But apart from this place, do you have your own personal farm?
Yes, I have my own personal farm. But I used to work in this farm properly every time.
What of your own farm? Who have you?
I have my sister and my brother. They used to go into my farm and work for me.
One very wonderful thing is the catch-up fast. For example, when we were planting, at first they didn't understand the techniques of planting. But immediately they understood it. You could see a grandmother of 70 years old planting very fast and getting accurate planting distance. To me, that was very encouraging.
One of the things we realized early on, and this is, I'm going to use some examples to present this point, are the fact that, you see, one of the beautiful things about the technological and economic growth in Asia is the fact that there is cheap labor. And so what we realize is that if you go to our rural areas, what is it that we have in abundance? It's the human factor. Now we have two things in abundance. We have the human factors and we have the people and the land. And so when we came in, we looked at it. What is it that you're going to be able to pay all of these people to be a part of your project? We started off with 1,500 naira per day. Currently we are on about 1,000 naira per day. Now look at it in context. You give the man in the village 1,000 naira to come and work in your farm. And you give him food, 100 naira a plate a day. And you treat him when he's ill. That is all you give to him. And you see, because that is, the life he's living he's not likely going to be able to spend more than 20,000 naira in a month. You have actually provided for his upkeep. You have provided for his education. You have provided for his savings and all of that.
So the first time when these people come, I'm the first person that I meet them. I told them, why are you putting somebody for our generation here without telling us? So they are not telling me we should just keep patient. They will come and see my emir. And after they have seen emir, they asked me to write 20 names of youth. So I give them. Now the youth, they are benefiting. I think we are calculating more than 250 people they are working under the NFG. So we thank God for the cooperative. When they are come to my village, then my people getting work to do.
And so we went to meet them and said, look, this farm is your farm. This project is your project. What we are trying to do here is not just to develop our ability to make money. It's not just to help our country grow, but also to help your people grow. And they sat down with their people and said, look, development is coming. These people are bringing development to you. The Nigerian Farmers Group is bringing development to you. Make sure that you work honestly. Make sure that you work effectively. And so we were able to create that understanding between us and the community. And we ended up providing them that which they want, so that in turn, they can ensure that our farm is properly taken care of.
The only way, if you want to drive a course, the only way you can do it is when people around you are satisfied. So in such manner that we do a lot of things, try to make sure that we bring them into our projects, what they need to do for us. They are not, they might not be too learned when it comes to academically, but these people, they have this zeal. They want to learn. They learn very fast. Like you could say you teach them one thing today, before you know tomorrow they're already with it. They can run with it. And that. Let's see, for example, a very good example is when we brought in our digital GPS. It was we that was handling it in the first 2 days. But before we could know it, we gave them the GPS, and today we can send them anywhere to go and measure any land, and they come back with the result because they've learned. So it's been an interesting piece.
Basically, Nigerian Farmers Group and Cooperative Society is set up in such a way that anybody all over the world, Nigerians actually, who desire to be farmers, but don't have that time, don't want to make that career change, because farming is a very attention-intensive activity. So you've been here for some time, and you've seen that basically every minute of every hour is accounted for, and you don't just take your eyes away from the ball, or else something goes wrong.
And not just that. When we came in, one of the fear that Nigerians introduced is the fear of the herdsmen. How can you come and start a project of this magnitude in the heartland of the north, where herdsmen and their cows are ravaging and destroying places? And we told them that no, that let us forget about the narrative of the herdsmen. Yes, there are herdsmen crises, but let us go back to what we used to have when we were growing up in the 70s and 80s with herdsmen. Herdsmen never carried gun. They always carried stick. And so what we're going to do is to call them and then talk to them. And so we'll call most of the headsmen and say, look, you will guide this farm. You will ensure that none of your cow touch our crops. But we'll pay you to guide this farm. Your wives will work here. Your children will work here. And so we created a synergy and understanding between us, the community, the headsmen, and the locals. And guess what? We can tell you that not up to 0.5% of all our produce, in short, they have been telling me that no one has been stolen from here. And we've taken the time to walk around the farm, and guess what? Yes, even if you are going to incur losses from stolen maize, I don't think we are going to have 0.2 of the total production stolen. That's number one. Has any cow walked into this farm and destroyed anything? Not at all. Since the day we graded this place, since the day tractors began working here, no heads of cow, none of them had walked into this farm and taken and eaten or destroyed any part of the farm.
Wannan kungiya da suka kawo wannan gona a gaskiya suka raya mana gari. Amma da farko mu muna gani kamar za a cutar da mu ne. Sai mun gani abun da ya zo mun daure zuciya sai mun ga abun alheri ne. Akwai yaraki mun da ba sun yi makaranta, sun yi secondary, sun yi wannan duka akan suna neman aikin yi ba aikin yi suna binan kaga yaro ya dauka wannan to a wannan shekara ba wannan shekara ya zo mun da farin ciki kuma ba wannan suka kawo mana farin ciki sai wannan kungiyan gona mun gani haske sun haskaka mu sosai yanda ya kamata dama hanyar garin mu nan kafin mota shiga garin mu da damuwa ne to sun zo su dauka dutse su dauka wannan su tare mana wannan yanzu karamin mota na shiga gati to da ko abinci ne da bazara ya haka nan da bakin hanya shi na fi karfin mu to amma kaga wani zuwan su nan ya zama mana alheri gaskiya mun nuna mana lalle alheri ne kuma mun ga farin ciki a ciki.
I want the government to continue to the farming so that we too will continue to work together with them and everything will come easy for us.
The government. And then I want government to help the community also, the cooperative, to help them because they are trying. So let's government help them small because they are employing people, giving youth work to do. So I want government to do better for them, to help them.
The farm has gone a long way in providing job opportunities within the local community. They will earn income and transform their living condition. On national perspective, the activity of the farm is in tandem with the focus of the Green Alternative, which is the federal government agricultural program. And the focus is food security, import substitution, job creation, and economic diversification. In fact, agriculture has the greatest potential for job creation and economic diversification. That is why the government is emphasizing on agriculture presently.
And this cooperative, they are trying, and we thank God with this management, and they are trying more. If Shebila say government, they are going to be bring kind of this more work, and the younger ones are going to be having work, and we will not go suffer, and we will not go having problems, stealing and other things in Nigeria.